Good afternoon, Minister and officials. Welcome. Minister, Budget Paper 3, page 38 lists the initiatives in your portfolio. Why is there no funding in the budget for an increase to the foster carer allowance?
There's a range of initiatives that we have in place around our foster care services, and I'll go to those.
I'm speaking
specifically about, and in particular, for you'll understand that there's a range of things that we've done. Going back, firstly, that relate to initiatives in this year's budget. Firstly, back in October 2019.
Sorry. With respect, I'm not asking about other initiatives. I'm asking about the increase in the foster care allowance.
Mr. O'Brien, if you could just allow the Minister the opportunity to answer the question, that would be appreciated.
This year's budget for foster carers and our other carers in our care system provides an additional $5.8 million for the establishment of our care support help desk to provide more streamlined supports for children in care, for kinship and foster carers. That came as a direct request from foster carers and Foster Care Association of Victoria to see this initiative funded in the budget as a priority initiative to support our foster carers. That came out of our work in 2019, Strong Carers, Stronger Children in the 2018-2022, a piece of work from Victorian Carer Strategy that was launched, and then we've rolled through the initiatives from that time that have been priorities for foster carers. Now, the help desk will, with dedicated staff, will undertake a range of activities for children in care and their carers, including supporting access to services, obtaining key documents, so birth certificates, Medicare cards.
The question was specifically about the foster carer allowance. I'd ask you to come back to answering that question.
And I'm going to the support for foster carers in this budget.
You can go to whatever you like. That's not the question I asked.
Mr. O'Brien, Mr. Newbury, if you could allow the Minister the opportunity. And Mr. Newbury, you don't have the call.
I didn't even speak.
Mr. Newbury.
Well, you can't malign me when I don't even speak.
Mr. Newbury, please stop interrupting. Mr. O'Brien has the opportunity to ask the questions, and the Minister needs to have the opportunity to answer them.
Minister, there hasn't been an increase in the foster care allowance since 2016. Every other state indexes the foster care allowance. Are you planning to do that at any stage?
Well, the Victorian Government acknowledges the critical and significant role of carers to support children and young people in care, and we're committed to supporting foster and kinship and permanent carers and provide a range of supports currently, including in this budget, as I just outlined to you. The care allowance to contribute towards the day-to-day costs of carers for children and in their care. The client support funding, which includes client expenses and placement support brokerage for foster
I'm speaking specifically about the allowance.
To help cover the cost of extraordinary expenses that they have, beyond the day-to-day costs and the support the carers to commence, maintain or sustain a placement. And that work happens out of the carer strategy that we developed in partnership with our care providers back in 2019. And we're rolling through initiatives in this budget again through our carer help desk on the priorities of foster carers.
Again, that's not related to the carer allowance, Minister.
Resource and to fund.
Can I go to the carer allowance? The government commissioned KPMG to undertake a review of the carer allowance. Did it recommend an increase to the foster care allowance and increase to index that particular allowance?
Well, the priorities that the government has in relation to resourcing in the budget for our carers relates to the carers strategy, the strong carers, stronger children.
I understand that. I asked a specific question about the KPMG review.
And we provide a carers allowance to our foster and kinship carers, and we also provide an opportunity for other assessments of particularly the carer allowance, so that those with additional needs and supports, there is capacity within the system and assessment within the department to provide additional supports and additional carer allowance to different carer types within our system.
Did the KPMG report recommend an increase?
Mr. O'Brien, the Minister's attempting to answer your question.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
With respect.
Mr. Newbury, with respect. Mr. Newbury, Ms. MacArthur.
Can I ask again?
Yes.
Did the KPMG report recommend an increase in the carer allowance?
Yes.
What I would say to you
Ms.
is
MacArthur, sorry, Minister. Ms. MacArthur, if you could please stop interrupting so the Minister has the opportunity to answer.
Well, he's had an opportunity, he just doesn't answer.
Mr. Newbury, Mr. Newbury and Ms. MacArthur, you are constantly interrupting, which is preventing the Minister from the opportunity to answer the question, if you don't mind.
as I said earlier, the priorities for the government are to continue to fund and resource the priorities for foster carers
answering the
and our
question,
kinship
Minister.
carers. And those determinations are made out of our strong carers and stronger children strategies, which we develop with our carers. And I'm very pleased that they have welcomed the $5.8 million in additional expenditure in this budget for our carer help desk, because that's the priority for our foster carers and our kinship carers out of this budget.
Thank you, Minister. Thank you, Ms MacArthur. The member's time has expired.